What's up?
6 minutes.
6 minutes, okay.
6 minutes for a Brooklyn poet.
I know. If you don't know, I've been black most of my life. So I'm going to do a poem I haven't done before. This is what I've done. I'm working on it, but it's called Get It. It's not finished, but this is what I got so far. Size 12.5 black leather-clad feet strike the pavement in a syncopated 1-2-step rhythm. As the rhythm of the street's pace quickens, my vision is toward the east, and due to this rock's rotation, my eyes are hit by a drive-by blast of brilliance. The light from our yellow star feels angry this morning, because all night celestial bodies have been caught up in a hostile gravitational tug-of-war for galactic dominance. In other words, the sun and the moon been set tripping all night, and the earth is caught in the crossfire between moonbeams and solar flares. And just when that lunar orb feels it can recline and relax, it gets taxed on its back, because once again, the dawn set it off. Avenues stretch for miles in all directions as the sun rises and stretches its arms around concrete and brick bodies, illuminating city streets, making hood rats and roaches scurry for hiding. The strong crush the weak in an effort to get it. In my effort to get it, I'm focused with my axe to the grindstone. As I pass D-boys that grind stones in fresh fits with fresh kicks, their lungs like chimneys emit gray clouds. The air is heavy with weed smoke. Their t-shirts are studded with rhinestones. I'm greeted. Yo, son, I got it. Come holler at your boy. 24/7 access. Like you got a phone? Because I got to get it. Survival of the fittest. I need my pockets laced with green like my blunts are laced with cream. Fiends got pipe dreams and I'm here to fill them. And I make a killing. And I'm killing the competition if they don't recognize my office space and sales position. My future is bright as my wrist and neck glisten. Why don't you stop that futile mission? I'll show you how to get it like I get it if you just submit and listen. Man, I left them twisting in the wind. Against God, how can I commit such a sin? Leaving kids orphans and their families, parents broke and thin. I live in the belly of the beast with toxic soil and acid rain. I'm at a loss for words in this lost world to explain my pain. I've got diseased thinking that's centered in my brain. This cat is all about holding gats and holding stats and holding his sack. But what he doesn't realize, what he's holding is actually holding him back. This is another poem that is not finished, but it's something that's sad among black people. If you speak properly or have accurate diction, other black people question your blackness. So I wrote this poem called Blacker Than Me, because somebody actually did that. And it goes, why do you think you're blacker than me? It's because I speak the king's English structurally and grammatically correct. You assume that the kingly heritage of my ebony bloodline I somehow dishonor and reject. You look at me suspect and come to the conclusion that through assimilation I desire an infusion of Eurocentric whiteness, that my mild manners and politeness put me over the racial fence. Really? Does that make sense? Why do you think you're blacker than me? Does the size of my lips or the level of melanin content somehow makes a difference? We were all stolen from the dark continent. And Jim Crow said if you have one drop of 1% of black blood, to the back of the bus you were sent. Or the lynched entertainment on the day that this country celebrates being independent. So what is blackness dependent on? What's the criteria? We all had to eat in the back alley and not at the table in the cafeteria. So why are you blacker than me? Is it jealousy? That we somehow have the same heredity, we have the same starting point, but you say that my level of intelligence is miles ahead of me? Haven't we both been discriminated against racially? I grew up in the hood, swimming pool soaked with oppression and dripping with poverty, yet you still think you're blacker than me. Well, they say you are what you eat, and if you cut, you bleed. Well, I was raised on hip-hop DJ cuts, and I believe you are what you read. So I've been nourished by Frederick Douglass, Carver, and Du Bois. Boys in the Hood, Jet Magazine, and supported PE when they said bring the noise. Cornel West, Toni Morrison's Tar Baby, the autobiography of Malcolm X, and I knew how to eat to live. And Spike Lee told me why Nola Darling needed sex. Do you know Oscar Michaud, Eric Jerome Dickey, why Rick Ross was called Freeway Ricky, how Bumpy Johnson brought the cotton to Harlem, why Langston Hughes shot to stardom in Europa. Josephine Baker, the Nicholas brothers at the Copa, Alice Walker, Man-child in the promised land, the fire next time, and that 17-year-old female from Chi-Town is known by one word, Oprah. How many blacks died in the transatlantic slave trade? You have no idea? It was 80 million. Every black person should know that, right? It's a fact. That's over 10 times the amount of people who died in the Jewish Holocaust. Your perception is pointed in the wrong direction. You're like Stevie Wonder with a GPS. You're hella lost. Why do you think you're blacker than me? I may not speak like a hood resident, but my residence was ghetto from the get-go, and ever since I could recollect the remembrance of the first scene in the movie of my memory, it's been a struggle against misery. It's been struggle and misery, mastery over mystery, his story versus history. Blackness has been a source of my strength like Samson's locks. Knowledge is power and strong enough to break the chains of slavery off my brain, to realize we come in different shades, but blackness is all the same. All of our blood is blue and coursing through our veins. It pours out red when we suffer the racist blows of pain. So you think you're blacker than me? Surely you jest. Behind my breastplate, that thing that pumps in my chest is blacker than onyx. It's blacker than ebonics. It's blacker than Wesley Snipes hooked on phonics. Blacker than the darkness you are lost in regarding blackness. Open your eyes and see that the light of truth has no color.
Oh, bro.